Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today we are starting a brand new series versus the Yankees. We're on a 4-game winning streak right now. We managed to come back in every game against the Blue Jays and get the victory. And now we are 1 game ahead of the Yankees. They are surging as well. Right now, we're 8-2 in our last 10, and they're 7-3. So they've definitely made a run for first. So, I guess they always say there's really no big series in May. But today we want to show our mettle and maybe take at least 2 or 3 from the Yankees, stay in first place going into our day off on the 20th. So that's our goal for today, is beat the Yankees in this home game. And we have Bob Stanley going for us. Stanley has had 3 starts since his trade, and he's been horrible in 2 of them. And in the 1 start that he was decent, we let him down and gave up the lead with our bullpen. So hopefully it's every other game. If it is, then this will be the good game for Stanley. And we're going up against Roger Slagle, who, if you watch the first series that the Yankees played against the Tigers, you'll know that Roger Slagle was a career minor leaguer who only pitched 1 game, and that was in 1979 in a September call-up against the Tigers. And he never played in the majors again. So here he is in 1980. Getting an opportunity to make a name for himself. So that's one of the cool things I really like about Baseball Mogul is it gives career minor leaguers or players who've just had a cup of coffee a chance to kind of resurrect their career and maybe create a new career arc for themselves. So that's just one of the things I really enjoy about this game. And even though if you look at Roger Slagle only pitching 1 game in the majors, and now here he is, the number 2 starter on the Yankees in their rotation, you might think that's kind of cheesy, but it's actually one of the things that I really like about the game. And even though we're in game number 42, I've never really plugged this product yet, and so I just want to say that if you look in the description below, you'll be able to see the link to Baseball Mogul, and all versions before 2018 are all free right now. The 2018 and 2019 versions are only $19.99, and if you'd like the most current version, it's currently $39.99. I am in no way affiliated with Baseball Mogul or Sports Mogul in general. I'm just a big fan. And I want to throw that out there in case you're someone who's stumbling across these games and is curious how to find them and what the cost is. So at any rate, that's my sales pitch. And let's get to the action here. So we have Stanley, as I mentioned. He's 0-1. Not really a strikeout pitcher. And he's 2 out of 3 starts have been poor. It has been every other start, so I'm hoping that this will be a chance for Stanley to get his record even. We have all of our bullpen available. They've been somewhat suspect in those games against the Blue Jays, but hopefully we can put together a complete game where we're pitching well and hitting well. And speaking of our hitters, again, we're going against Roger Slagle, who's a righty. He's had a lot of success this year. Our lineup, you know what? I didn't throw Lou back in there. My bad. So, Lou took the day off yesterday. And we just need to do a quick adjustment here. We're going to do that. And yeah, that's it. So, there we go. That's going to be our lineup for today. We're going to have Hebner. We're going to keep Hebner in the game at third for a little bit more firepower against the Yankees. He's proven to be a defensive liability for us, but we could use whatever runs we can get in this game. So here we are with Willie Randolph leading off. He's 0 for 1 with a walk versus Stanley. And here he flies out to right field. So that'll be the first out. And we're off to a good start. Yeah, we'll take one in a row at least. Bobby Mercer belts it to center, and that's going to be 2 down. And that's going to bring up the righty Bob Watson. And then look, we got all these lefties to contend with against the feeble Bob Stanley. And if you can't get Bob Watson out, then I don't know how you're going to get past Reggie Jackson. Whoa! Reggie's up to 6 home runs since we last saw him. Sorry, I just want to see this for my own. Yeah, there you go. So we saw him. He hit a home run against us on the 2nd, and he's had 14 games since then, and 1, 2, 3, and he's hit 4 more home runs. Oh, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 more. So Reggie is starting to take off. So let's hope we can keep him down. I guess that's one way to get around it, is to walk him. So first and second for Joe LaFave. Oh man, he's going to rip it down the right field line. Watson and Jackson are going to score, and the Yankees have already got a 2-0 lead. So much for the good Bob Stanley vibe. That theory is not working, as Gamble grounds out too short. So on to the bottom of the first, and let's see if we can't get 1 or 2 of those runs back. Whitaker, who had the day off, as I mentioned yesterday, is going to line out to left. He's by far the best hitter on the team, batting .324, and I believe he's in the top 10 overall for batting average. Trammell whips it to left for a double. And we got a runner in scoring position for Steve Kemp, who's got the most home runs on the team. Slagle balks, and that'll get Trammell to third. If you go to Baseball Reference and you look at a ground ball to third, and the run does score on that as they go to first to get the out. If you go to Baseball Reference and you look at Roger Slagle's minor league career, I mean, he was amazing. He had 4 seasons under 3 ERA. He had there's an error, safe on an error by the catcher, Johnny Oates. So we got runner on first. And he had 1 year we had an ERA at 3.02. So he was pretty impressive in the minor leagues. I don't know why he didn't get a longer look. It wasn't like those late 70s, early 80s Yankees, other than the one World Series win. It wasn't like they were tremendous. Rupert Jones starts off the 2nd inning with a base hit, and that brings up Johnny Oates, who made that error last inning. They did have a pretty good pitching staff in those days, and Billy Martin, if you know anything about the Oakland A's that he managed, he really ran those pitchers out there every 4 days and pitched nothing but complete games. So I don't know, maybe there just wasn't a spot on the Yankees permanently. So Rupert Jones stole second to get into scoring position, and then Oates gets a base hit to knock him in. So this is going to be a really short outing for Stanley. His endurance isn't so good, and he's already up to 30 pitches, so this is still no outs, and we get another base hit through the right side. So first and third, and we got to bring the infield in to try to prevent that run from third scoring. This has worked a lot lately, but not there. So there's another base hit. And now runners are in first and third, again, I guess once again, for Bobby Mercer, who's punished us with a couple home runs this year against us. Here he's going to ground out to second for a double play that run scores. Of course, there's no RBI on a double play. So we have 2 down, and Watson strikes out. So we are down by 4, and it's only the bottom of the second. So we need to get this offense going here. And truth be told, as Parrish flies out to right, even in that Blue Jays series, we started off slow in every game, and then once we got to the bullpen, as Jason Thompson gets an infield signal, once we get to the bullpen, it's a different story. So maybe that's the key today, as Dave Stegman strikes out. That's 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Richie Hebner. And Hebner's going to pop it up on the infield. So Tigers go down with just 1 hit in that inning. And I'm not even gonna put Stanley out there against all those lefties. That's just a mistake. So we're going to bring in our lone reliever, who's just been awesome. Shotzi's got 5 wins, all in relief, and a 3.34 ERA. So we're going to bring Shotzi in, and his endurance is just, there's a base hit to left. His endurance is just 1 tick below Bob Stanley. So I don't know, maybe Shotzi could get that spot in the starting rotation. We do have Dan Petrie in AAA, as Joe LaFave popped out. Petrie started in a rotation, but he was really ineffective, as Oscar Gamble's going to dump it into the right center gap for a base hit. So runners on first and third for Rupert Jones, who's 0 for 3 with 2 walks. We got to bring the infield in again. I know this didn't work before. But Jones grounds it hard to third, and they do go home and get the run. So that'll be the second out for Johnny Oates, as he grounds back to Shotzi. And we get out of that inning without any real damage. So back to the top of the lineup with Sweet Lou batting leadoff here. And he's going to get a base hit to the left side. So maybe this is the start of something big. And if you've been following along, you know I always hit and run when Whitaker gets on. And that's not going to work out. It's just going to be a lazy fly ball into the gap. And that's going to be 1 down. So let's try to get Whitaker to steal second on Johnny Oates. And that works. He steals second. So now he's in scoring position for Kemp, who goes down swinging. That's a second strikeout for Slagle. And that brings up Pudge, who's just going to pop it up on the infield. So we still couldn't get anything going there. I need to sip of my beer. Just like Harry Carey. So top of the 4th, with the number 9 hitter, Brian Doyle, who really has hit us hard this whole year, as he flies out to center. Bringing it back around to Willie Randolph, who gets a base hit through the left side. And that'll bring up Mercer, who's 0 for 5 with 2 Ks against Shotzi. And he's going to ground out to third, double play. No, he beats it out at first. And that brings up Bob Watson, former National League president. And Watson's going to ground out to short. And we get out of that inning. So Shotzi just put up 2 scoreless innings for us. And that's going to bring up Gary Hancock, who's batting 325, I should say. Well, maybe 327 now. As he gets the base hit down the left field line, it's going to be a double. And that's going to bring up Parrish. He's 2 for 9 versus Slagle, and he's going to get a base hit down the right side. And that's going to score Gary Hancock. So Parrish is on a good hitting streak. He had 3 doubles in yesterday's game. So we close the gap to 3 runs, and that's going to bring up Jason Thompson with a runner on first. That's going to be a double play, right? Yeah, that's 2 of our slowest base runners. And that's going to bring up Stegman with 2 outs. And a really interesting thing, as I may have mentioned in the opening, Slagle was a first-round draft pick, 19th overall in the secondary draft. And who went before Roger Slagle in that draft? None other than Dave Stegman. He went number 2 to the Tigers in the 1976 draft. But Slagle's had the best of them in both the bats. So we'll take our 1 run, close the gap, and let's see if Shotzi can't get us through the 5th at least, as he faces Reggie. Reggie strikes out. That's the first out of the inning. And that brings up Joe LaFave, who also strikes out on a nice pitch in the inside corner there. And with 2 down, it's going to be Oscar Gamble, who walks. Oof. So 2 down for Rupert Jones, who's going to line it to left, and Kemp's got it for the 3rd out. So 3 great innings pitched for Schatzeder, and I think that's probably going to be all I'm going to use him. So Richie Hebner's leading off the bottom of the 5th, and he lines out as we head back to the top of the order with Lou Whitaker. 3 for 10 now against Slagle this year. He grounds out to short, which brings up Tram, who's going to fly out to right. So 1-2-3 inning. And yeah, we're going to take Schatzeder out. So great job by him. And we're going to bring in Dave Rucker, who's just been horrible. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Petrie back to take Bob Watson's spot and maybe put Watson in the lung relief role. But we'll give Dave Rucker the opportunity to lower his ERA at least as he strikes out Johnny Oates. So it's 1 down for Brian Doyle, who has a long fly ball to center for the 2nd out. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Willie Randolph. I think it's 2 for 2 this game. Make it 3 for 3. So Rucker definitely cannot get righties out. But Bobby Mercer's 0 for 2 against him, so let's see if we can get out of this inning. Nope. Base hit for Mercer, so 1st and 3rd. And I really need... I really should just intentionally walk Bob Watson, but I mean, what do we have to lose at this point? There we go. Bob Watson's going to pop it up to short. And there's a 3rd out. So a scoreless inning for Rucker. That'll bring his ERA down. And that's really all I was going to ask from him, is just give us 1 today. Kemp strikes out to lead off the bottom of the 6th. That's his 3rd K. For Slagle, who's only at 67 pitches, so he's been efficient. Fisk gets a base hit to right. So, runner at first. Let's have Gary Hancock hit and run. Punch has pretty good speed. And Gary Hancock's got good contact. And that works. He gets a base hit to the left. The runner only advances 1 base on that one, as you might expect. So 1st and 2nd with only 1 out, and this is where Parrish came through earlier this season. He hit a big home run to tie the game, and here he gets a base hit to right. Is that enough to get Fisk in? No, everybody moves up 1. All right, I'm going to call the shot right here. JT's only got 1 home run, and he's got a lot of power, so he's overdue for a home run. So give us a grand slam. Oh, we'll take a walk. So Thompson walks, And we get another run on the board, so it's 5-3 for Stegman. And all I need here from Stegman is just a base hit. Boom, there he goes. Base hit to right field, that's going to score 2. Yes, it does score 2. The game is tied. And do I want to send JT home to take the lead? Bobby Mercer is way out there at the wall. 70% chance. No, I don't have any faith that the slowest runner in our team is going to make it. So I'm going to say no. And I'm going to give Hebner a chance to drive in both of these runs. I think it's a ground ball back up the middle, and that will give us a go-ahead run. And this is exactly what happened in the series against the Blue Jays. We're just never out of it. Whitaker rips it to right. Stegman's going to score. Now we're up 7-5. So Slagle definitely hit the wall here. We have 10 hits against him, but they're keeping him in there. I mean, he is only at 91 pitches, but I guess that's the strategy. Nice. Well, Rucker stands to get the win right now. Good job by him. So let's bring in Pat Underwood, and we'll see if he can't get through these lefties. Underwood has been very successful for us this year. And Reggie Jackson's 0-for-3 against Underwood. And I say that and he gets a base hit to left. So runner at first for Joe LaFave. And LaFave walks. So something's a brewing for the Yanks. Oscar Gamble with nobody out, runners at first and second, grounded to Hebner. We turn 2 on that one as Reggie Jackson advances to third. And Rupert Jones maybe get out of this inning. Yes. Also grounded to Hebner. And we've really shut him down since the second inning. So taking Bob Stanley out has proven to be a good decision. Or maybe you want to look at it as it was a bad decision that he was even in there in the first place. As Kemp gets a double into the right center gap. And Slagle is still struggling. Fisk is going to ground to second. That should get Kemp over to third. And a long fly ball ought to be enough to get Fisk in. But Hancock's just going to pop it up on the infield. And that's going to be the second out. Leaving it up to Parrish, who walked in his last at-bat to score a run. Oh, there he goes. He ripped it down the left field line. Kemp scores. That's his 4th double in 2 games. And they're bringing in Rags, Dave Righetti. So yeah, Righetti was a starter in 1979. He may have even been a starter for a couple years after that, right? Because he threw a no-hitter for them. But as of right now, it looks like he's in their bullpen. His endurance is not built up for this season, so he did become, an elite reliever for a long time. But yeah, he did throw a no-hitter. Whoa. He just blows it by JT for the third out. So I'm going to leave Underwood in there and let him pitch to Johnny Oates. Oates is going to ground it to second for the first out, bringing up Brian Doyle. Doyle's going to have a lazy fly ball to left center field. It's going to be 2 outs. And here's Willie Randolph, who I think has got a hit in every at-bat. I'm not going to bring in a righty. Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate. He's going to get a triple. That run doesn't really mean anything. Up by 3 runs. So let's just hope Underwood can get Mercer. Boom. Ground out to second. And that's the third out. So we have shut him down for 6 straight innings. And we head to the bottom of the 8th with Stegman up. Stegman's going to hit it to left center field for the first out. And that's going to bring up Hebner, who's batting .083 versus lefties this year, which has got to be contributing to his overall low batting average. Mr. Obvious. And, and that'll bring up Sweet Lou, who goes down swinging. So, 1-2-3 inning there. And now we're going to bring in our closer, Aurelio Lopez, Senior Smoke. And I don't have he's been really good all year, but I don't have a lot of confidence with him going against all those lefties as he faces Bob Watson, who's a righty to lead off. So he hits Watson in the knee, and that is a recipe for destruction right here. Self-destruction. As Reggie Jackson comes up, I am going to give him a chance, and he's going to walk Reggie. And that's going to bring up the tying run. Joe the Fave. Man, I should just go to John Hiller, shouldn't I? Just one more batter. Okay, Joe the Fave grounds to second. Oh no! An error by Whitaker. Come on. This is the sign of the modeling right here, where there's nothing you can do. Okay, Alright, it just wasn't Lopez's day. So let's bring in John Hiller. Now this could this could be a mistake, because if they do tie it up and this goes into extra innings, we could be in real trouble. Damn it. Gamble ties it up with one swing. Wow. I said it before, I probably shouldn't have even brought him in. So the game is tied at 8 in the top of the 9th, and there's still no outs. So the Whitaker error proved costly as Rupert Jones hits it to center. The Yankees are no joke, and our bullpen is not good. So Johnny Oates is going to get a base hit to left. So first and second, and they're bringing in Dale Murphy. And if you watched a couple games earlier, Murphy was traded over here for a starter and a reliever and some minor league schlub. Oh man, okay. So we have 2 righties. I mean, we're all in at this point, right? So, let's bring in Tobek, who's more of a strikeout pitcher. Because what we need right now is 2 strikeouts or a ground ball double play to get out of this. I got to bring the outfield in too, to try to keep that run from scoring from second. There we go. It's ground ball to short. Double play, and we're out of it. So I made one right call the whole time, and that was a regrettable inning. So here we are on the bottom of the 9th against Brigetti with Tram up, and we need to get going right here. Let's just end this game with a blast. Trammell grounds out to second, and that's going to bring up Steve Kemp with 1 out. Kemp's going to hit a high fly ball to left, and that'll be 2 down for Carlton Fisk, who's certainly capable of hitting a long one, batting .346 versus lefties. Boom, there's a base hit to right. I'll take it. Alright, so I don't think I have any righties on my bench that have any decent power. Brookins does have a game-winning home run for this year, but I mean, that'd just be throwing away in a bat for Gary Hancock, who does not have a hit versus lefties. So, oh boy, we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, that might drop in. Is it going to drop in? No. So Hancock flies out to left, and we're going to extras. So if you stuck around this far for this game, I mean, it's been entertaining, I can say that much. Tobic has Randolph leading off. Oh, come on. And Randolph just dumps one in. I think he's 5 for 5 in this game. Man. So that brings up Bobby Mercer, who's 1 for 1 with a home run. Let's guard the lines for Mercer. Mercer's going to ground it to Whitaker, and they can only get the runner at first, so Randolph is in scoring position. Oh man, I can't walk Watson because I don't have any more lefties. So, I mean, the likelihood that the lefties would get something over on Tobic is probably pretty good. Oh my gosh. Randolph steals third. We got to pull the infield in then. And maybe hope for Watson striking out. Oh no, he rips it into the gap, and that's going to give the Yankees a lead 9-8. And now it's all lefties against Tobic. I am going to walk Reggie to get to Joe the Fave, who's batting 60 plus points lower. So there's some stratagem. So LaFave is going to ground it to third, double play to get out of it. Hey, there we go. All right. Well, now we got to face the Goose. But we have our heavy hitter, Big Wheel Lance Parrish. He's going to rip it right straight to center. It's going to go all the way to the wall. That's his 5th double in 2 games. So naturally, we're going to have to pull Parrish out. Oh, no, I don't have any other catchers because Fisk is DH. Right? Yeah. Oh. Okay, so let's try to pull this to the right side and move Parrish over. And as I mentioned, JT hasn't had a home run in a while. He's going to ground up to second. Parrish will advance. The Yankees are going to pull their infield in. And I hate to do it, but we're going to have to pull Stegman out. And we're going to bring in Champ Summers. And we're going to try for a sac fly. Let's see what happens. 1 down. Oh, there we go. Good call. I pat myself on the back as Champ Summers gets a double, Parrish scores, and we are all tied up again. And now we have a chance to win it with Richie Hebner. So, yeah, runner in scoring position. And you know what? I'm taking Summers out. And I'm going to bring in our fastest guy, which is Rick Peters. Oop. There we go. I almost made a mistake there. I almost made a mistake on this Summer's Eve. And so that's going to bring up Richie Hebner, as I said, with 1 out. Fast guy at second. Oh, that's going to do it. Base hit the center. Peters scores, and we win in the bottom of the 10th. That was a fun game. Let's take a look at the transactions real quick. There was no trades. Bert Blyleven got injured. Oh, and Chet Lemon of the Sox signed a 5-year extension at $690,000. Nice. And let's go ahead and pull up the box score. Now we have a 2-game lead on first place over the Yankees. And as always, I appreciate everyone watching. Here's the box score. Feel free to pause it if you want to take a look at it. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying our content. And also don't forget, we also do baseball card box and pack breaks every Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. We do Time Travel Tuesday, where we open up boxes of older product. So please tune in to see that. And until tomorrow, have a good night.